right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Firearm deer hunting season starts in a matter of hours in Illinois, but how will the new assault weapons restrictions in the state affect hunters? We verify.
Chilly change. Cooler weather is here for the weekend when some of us will see the first raindrops of the month of November to go along with this cool down.
But first tonight, a break in the case. Police say this man committed Clayton's first murder in nearly 2 decades, and it was a random act of violence.
I don't think any community is immune from something like this.
The hunt to find the suspect. Tonight, authorities say 18-year-old Trinell Johnson should be considered armed and dangerous. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Albert. Investigators now say Johnson was breaking into cars before this crime escalated. Our Brent Solomon is live in Clayton, and he found the man at the center of this manhunt is no stranger to the law. Brent.
Well, tonight I've learned the teenage suspect is accused of stealing a Kia earlier this year. He was out of jail on bond. He was supposed to be wearing a GPS bracelet. He wasn't. And now police say he's back on his crime spree, but this time wanted for murder.
Really?
Oh my God.
Wow.
In Clayton Thursday night, news still circulating about the city's first homicide in nearly 2 decades.
And we were talking about how we've literally never felt unsafe in Clayton.
Police releasing new details about the case. This is the suspect, Trinell Johnson. Early Monday morning, police say 41-year-old Joshua Harris noticed someone trying to break into his wife's car here on Whiteout Boulevard. He grabbed his gun and tried to confront the bad guys. That's when shots were fired from a Chrysler 300. Harris was struck in the chest and died.
I feel like to kill someone, you would need a pretty big reason to do so, right?
Yeah.
If you're just trying to protect your car, I feel like, I don't know, that doesn't really bore into death. That's pretty shocking, honestly.
This event is just what we've always been afraid of.
Mayor Michelle Harris wants her community to learn from the tragedy.
What I really want people to hear from this is if you see something like this going on, do not come out of your house. Do not confront the people. Call the police and then stay out of the way.
Meantime, police are now on the hunt for Trinell Johnson, as well as anyone else involved.
Obviously, there's a possibility of crime anywhere in the metropolitan area.
I'm very confident that this will be wrapped up very soon, which will make everybody feel a lot safer, of course.
Police say Johnson and others were seen breaking into several cars Monday morning. Police say he had a gun in his hand about 10 to 15 minutes before that shooting. He's also wanted on a different felony charge from that incident earlier this year when police say he resisted arrest. Live in Clayton, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, our mild November weather is coming to an end.
A return to normal is arriving overnight, and it could lead to some more sprinkles. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joining us now with the weather first forecast. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there ready for some chill.
Ready for some chill, but this isn't going to be the big cool down. In fact, tomorrow, temperatures are still probably close to 60 degrees for the high. Well, look at this. We're still in the 60s now, but we are closer to average for tomorrow into the weekend. And as we head into next week, even bigger changes are coming. Still mild right now. 74 was the high today, just 4 degrees off that record in St. Louis. Cold fronts making inroads towards us. It's passed through Omaha. They're down to 46. There are a few showers right along that front, but the air is just so dry. You know, it's going to be hard to really get more than a few sprinkles or extremely light showers around St. Louis. But the temperatures are definitely trending down here as we head into the weekend, and even more so by Thanksgiving. And there's a better rain chance on Monday. We will talk more about that in a few minutes.
Tonight, a man wanted for beating a driver during a road rage incident in downtown St. Louis last month is behind bars. Swansea police arrested John Ellinger today. He was already on probation. Our Robert Townsend is live downtown near 10th and Clark with more on how police caught the suspect. Robert.
Mike, police tell me the surveillance cameras at this intersection caught the attack on video. Hours ago, Swansea police arrested John Ellinger. They say thanks in part to 5 on your side. Earlier this week, police put out a warrant for the arrest of John Ellinger of Manchester. Ellinger was wanted for 2 violent incidents in downtown St. Louis.
We took it very seriously, as public safety is our main mission.
According to a probable cause statement, a 57-year-old man told police on October 22nd he was waiting at a red light at the intersection of 10th and Clark Avenue and honked his horn when Ellinger drove through the light in a right turn lane. The driver said Ellinger then backed up, got out of a black Sierra, pulled him out of his car, and repeatedly punched him. The victim tells 5 on Your Side he suffered 4 facial fractures, including a broken jaw. Ellinger is also accused of firing shots at another driver police say followed him to write down his license plate. Ellinger had been on the run for nearly a month.
We started doing a little research on it and found your news story, actually.
Investigators say a 5 on Your Side web story on a wanted Ellinger helped Swansea officers and the St. Clair County Drug Tactical Unit track him down Thursday morning.
I can't thank you as the media enough for putting out important information for public safety.
Officers arrested Ellinger at an apartment on Purple Blossom Road in Swansea.
He and 2 other people were taken into custody after the investigation.
Ellinger was on 2 years probation after he pleaded guilty to slashing someone's car tires in May, also in downtown St. Louis. Prosecutors have now charged him with first-degree assault, resulting in serious injury, unlawful use of a weapon to shoot at a person from a motor vehicle, and armed criminal action.
And obviously the charges that were pending were very worrisome to us, and that's why we made it a priority.
The victim didn't want to go on camera because he is still traumatized as of tonight. He tells me he is relieved to hear Ellinger is now in the St. Clair County Jail. Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
Tonight, a historic church bell stolen from a Soulard church has been returned. The heavy bell was stolen Halloween night from the yard of the rectory of Saints Peter and Paul Catholic Church. Pastor Bruce Foreman tells 5 on Your Side he believes the thieves were forced to dump it due to attention from our reports and shares on social media. Police returned the bell this week. It dates back to the mid-1800s.
Tonight, the owner of a barbershop in Dutchtown is sharing this surveillance video, hoping it will help catch the thieves who stole nearly $20,000 worth of equipment. The crime happened back on November 5th at Cuts by Curtis on Cherokee Street. The thieves pried the front door open and took off with thousands of dollars worth of hair dryers, clippers, and other tools. Owner Curtis York tells us the burglar alarm failed that night. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 866-371-TIPS.
New tonight at 10, a St. Louis County man is suing SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital, claiming a fall in the hospital's parking garage left him paralyzed.
He says the area is unsafe and wants justice for what happened to him. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski talked with the man and his lawyers this afternoon. Laura?
Mike and Ann Rowan Miller says he is now paralyzed from the neck down after tripping on uneven pavement, and he wants to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Rowan Miller says he was leaving his doctor's office at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital when one step on uneven pavement in the parking garage changed his life forever.
It was like somebody kicked me in the back of the head, because out of nowhere I just fell, and I mean immediately, face forward into the street, jamming my forehead actually into the ground and breaking my glasses.
Rowan says he tried to get up but couldn't.
Of course, my next biggest worry was that because it was a dimly lit garage, that a car would come around the corner and pretty much just run me over.
Luckily, people nearby saw what happened and helped move him out of the way until an ambulance came, rushing him to Barnes Jewish Hospital for surgery, where he woke up 2 days later to hear devastating news.
Well, they pretty much told me I was paralyzed. I mean, it was pretty much just that simple.
Paralyzed from the neck down.
I have some movement in my arms, but I have no dexterity in either hand. So, I mean, I can't pick up anything. And I get some movement in my legs, but a lot of that is just muscle spasms.
His lawyer, Christopher Hinckley, says it's the hospital's job to make sure their property is safe and to warn people when it's not, which they claim in the lawsuit was not done.
Justice, in our terms, means 1, holding those accountable who caused this, but 2, making sure that Mr. Miller has what he needs to survive the rest of his life. Those basic needs are taken care of. That's what we're looking for.
Miller says he's thankful for his family and the community around him for helping him through this and even doing the simple things he can't do on his own anymore, like drink water or wipe off his face.
Without them, I'd have went crazy by now. So anytime I can have company or friends come by, I mean, that's always a better day, you know, because you need that. You need some type of support at all times.
We reached out to SSM Health this afternoon for comment, and a spokesperson told us they would look into the matter, but as of tonight, we haven't received a response.
This week, arguments over abortion rights in Missouri are taking place in a St. Louis courtroom. Right now, abortions are restricted in the state unless a mother's health is in danger. Today, a group of 14 clergy members of different faiths accused state lawmakers of imposing their own religious beliefs when they drafted the law. They say this violates separation of church and state. The state's attorneys calls their argument illogical.
If there's a law that some people happen to agree with on the basis of their religion, then the law must fall. But if you have that, well, that's not a recipe for religious pluralism. That's a recipe for anarchy.
We hope that the court will recognize that this was clearly the intent and purpose of the legislature to impose their religious beliefs on everyone in Missouri by passing this abortion ban.
The judge said he won't get back with an answer until January due to the holidays. This will determine if this case ends altogether or proceeds.
Mac and cheese mystery.
Oh my God, what is this?
A local mom makes an unappetizing discovery while making dinner. Tonight she's turning to 5 on your side for answers. Deer hunters are celebrating Illinois' first firearms season, but is their firepower restricted under the state's new assault weapons ban? We verify.
This Pacific system signals big changes to the bi-state region in time for Thanksgiving. We're tracking when the dramatically colder air arrives in St. Louis.
General Motors workers in Wentzville will soon be headed back to the assembly line.
Members of the United Auto Workers ratified a new contract with GM today. It gained majority approval even though several plants, including Wentzville, voted it down. The deal includes a pay raise and better benefits. No word on when production will resume. Voting is still taking place on deals with Ford and Stellantis.
Starbucks workers across the country walked off the job today, including at 8 stores in the St. Louis area, which have voted to unionize. It was staged on Red Cup Day. That's one of the coffee chain's busiest days when they give away holiday-themed reusable cups. As part of the one-day strike, workers demanded Starbucks turn off mobile ordering on future promotion days, claiming it creates more work. They say the company refuses to negotiate fairly and are calling for more staffing and better schedules.
Everybody gets moved from morning to night shifts unexpectedly. People are not making nearly enough for the jobs that they're doing.
Despite record profits from the company year over year, we've continued to experience severe cuts to our staffing hours.
A spokesperson for Starbucks said Workers United had not agreed to meet for contract talks in more than 4 months. They called on the union to, quote, fulfill its obligations ahead of the holiday season.
It actually looked like either a ball or an eyeball of some sort, or maybe a piece of an equipment. I don't know, but it was not mac and cheese.
Tonight, a Metro East mom tells 5 on your side she's getting the runaround on what she found in a container of Bob Evans macaroni and cheese. Rebecca Glasper showed us the weird object she calls a choking hazard. It's the size of a large gumball and it's squishy. It also has a chemical smell. She took it back to the store, who told her to try calling Bob Evans' customer service line.
Somebody at Bob Evans redirected me to the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce redirected me to Bob Evans. I was then directed to the USDA. I've been directed to the Health Department. I have reached out to everybody that I can think of.
So we left messages for Bob Evans and the Illinois Department of Public Health, and we have not yet heard back.
Firearm deer hunting season starts tomorrow in Illinois, and a new law this year allows hunters to use rifles for the first time. But new assault weapons restrictions were also put into place this year. So will it affect Illinois hunters? Let's verify. Deer hunters across Illinois can use single-shot centerfire rifles for the first time this year. That will be in addition to the previously allowed muzzleloader, shotguns, and handguns. But what about the new assault weapons restrictions in the state? Let's verify. Are Illinois hunters banned from using certain guns under the state's new assault weapons restrictions? Our sources, the Illinois State Police, the Department of Natural Resources, and the state's wildlife code. The assault weapons restrictions are outlined in the Protect Illinois Communities Act, or PICA. It says you can use restricted weapons to hunt as long as they are authorized for hunting under the Wildlife Code and you have the appropriate licenses, permits, and tags that are normally required when hunting. And if you're hunting on private property, of course, you must have permission from the landowner. PICA also states that Illinois residents who own an assault weapon must register it with the state by submitting an endorsement affidavit. However, when it comes to hunting season, there's an exemption. If you are engaged in hunting or traveling to and from hunting, you cannot be compelled to show proof that you have registered your weapon with the state. Registering your weapon, though, won't matter for this year's deer hunting season. Illinois residents have until January 1st, 2024 to complete the process. We can verify no. Illinois hunters are not banned from using assault weapons as long as they are approved under the Wildlife Code. A list of what firearms and ammunition are allowed in Illinois during deer hunting season. Look for this story under the As Seen on TV section at KSDK.com. What can I verify for you? Please send me an email. The email address verify@KSDK.com.
Well, we're exactly 1 week from Thanksgiving, but tomorrow the holidays arrive on both sides of the river. Wonder Lights at Worldwide Technology Raceway opens tomorrow night. The track in Madison, Illinois has been decorated with more than 1 million lights. It runs nightly from 5 until 10 through New Year's Eve. The cost is $30 a car. Also tomorrow, the largest outdoor ice skating rink in the Midwest opens for the season. Steinberg Skating Rink will be open every day, rain or shine, through March, and that includes Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with the weather first forecast. Also, the brewery lights and Keener Plaza Winterfest will open this weekend. So lots of things to do.
It's holiday time.
Yeah, lots of things going on. Missouri Botanical Garden, you know, you've got the Garden Glow that's getting underway as well. You know, when the weather is nice as it was today, it's a great evening this evening to be out and about. And it was nice to be out today with those temperatures above 70 degrees. Chelsea shared this gorgeous photo from Forest Park today. Nice little gusty breeze out of the south, so you had some ripples in the water. Temperatures are still in the 60s in St. Louis tonight and even in the outlying areas. Alton 63, Wildwood 62. The breeze is staying up. The clouds are over us. We're at 65 degrees in St. Louis after our high today of 74 degrees. 57 in Kansas City. Your front through Omaha, through Lincoln, coming across Nebraska and Kansas now. Temperatures there have dropped into the 40s. Radar is pretty quiet around St. Louis. We do see a couple of little blips here off to the southeast of St. Louis, but the air is very dry. Cloud base is about 3,500 to 4,000 feet. So those raindrops, if they're trying to get to the ground, are encountering that dry air and most likely evaporating. Same holds true for that action that's up behind the front across parts of Iowa into Nebraska. Yes, the air is very dry. Don't expect much more than a very light shower, spritz or sprinkle early tomorrow. That's going to be the first thing that we deal with. And it's cooler over the weekend for sure. But this system out in the Pacific, it's been spinning off the California coast for the last couple of days. There's another system that's going to swing in, pick it up, drag it our way. That will be a rainmaker for us on Monday. Overnight into early tomorrow, as that cold front approaches, we stay in the 50s. We'll see temperatures staying on the mild side tomorrow. Any chance for rain pretty much during the morning hours, pressing away from St. Louis, and that chance for rain is minimal. But we are cooling down just a bit over the weekend. Mid-50s Saturday. Sunday, clouds are rolling back in. We get into Monday, the next weather system's approaching from the southwest. This one will track to our south. It should throw a good shield of showers or even a steady rain for some of us as we head from Monday into Tuesday. The exact track of this, how much rain we'll see, still up in the air to some degree, but we are concerned that areas southeast of St. Louis would see more substantial rain, which is a good thing because it's been so dry, but then north and west of St. Louis, the amounts look to tail off pretty quickly. It does get cold as we head towards Thanksgiving. If you are traveling on Wednesday, within an easy day's drive of St. Louis, other than winds, the roads should be dry. It will be chilly. Your highs around here on Thanksgiving Day and through next weekend are only in the lower 40s. Overnight lows probably dropping back into the 20s for a lot of us. Dare we say there might even be a snow flurry next Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, we go from temperatures way off the charts to the other end of the extreme.
Keep them guessing.
Yep.
Scott, thanks. Corey is here with sports.
Well, if we learned something about the Dennis Gates era at Mizzou, it is to never count them out. You have to see what the Tigers did tonight in Minnesota. Coming up next in sports.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
The past week sure has been a fun time to be a fan of the St. Louis Blues. They're on a 3-game winning streak and headed to California for a West Coast road trip. They kicked it off tonight against the worst team in hockey, the San Jose Sharks. Braden Shen and company trying to stay hot, but it's the bottom-feeding Sharks who strike first. Remember this guy, former Blue Mike Hoffman, lights the lamp past Joel Hofer about 2 minutes in. 1-0 San Jose, and that is where we stand right now at the end of the first period. It sure is an exciting time for college sports around St. Louis, and just about every school has at least one intriguing team to follow. Let's check out the action across our college landscape today on the court and on the pitch. Let's start with Mizzou hoops. In Minnesota to take on the Golden Gophers, this turned into a wild game. The new guy, Connor Vanover, finally on the court. He's in the middle of this stop that results in a Tamar Bates layup early on. Mizzou played from behind all night. Nick Honor, that's a 3. That kept it close in the second half. The Tigers were down by 20 at one point, but they never gave up. Anthony Robinson breakaway. It's a 2-point game. Mizzou down 1 now. 10 seconds left. Sean East converts the and 1. My goodness. They stopped the last-second effort from Minnesota, and Mizzou gets an insane comeback victory on the road, 70-68. They finished on a 31-9 run. What a game. SLU and Wyoming played earlier today in the Myrtle Beach Invitational. Good day for the Billikens. Hello, Larry Hughes. Sincere Parker had himself a game, 22 points for SLU before he had to leave the game with an injury. Hope he's all right there. The elder Hughes loved this. Larry Jr. nails the 3 from the corner, and the Bills beat Wyoming 79-69. They will play Vermont tomorrow morning. SIUE soccer faced Memphis on the road tonight in the first round of the NCAA tournament. What a year for Cale Wasserman and company. Rough start tonight, though. Just 9 minutes in, Memphis goes up 1-0. Cougars never quit, though. Down 2-0 here when Pavel Dashin, he's going to score on the breakaway. There is hope, but SIUE had to play with 10 players after a red card, and the final effort comes up just short. Memphis wins 2-1 to end the Cougars' fantastic season. Tomorrow night will be all over the area for high school football and soccer playoff coverage. In the Metro East, one team has already another trophy to show off. The Mater Dei Knights won the Illinois Class 2A state volleyball title last weekend. It's the 8th championship in the program's illustrious history, but first since 2011. This year's team is proud to add their story to the legacy of Mater Dei volleyball.
It didn't feel real at first. It took a couple hours to kick in.
When that final point went down, I started crying out of shock and just happiness because I really couldn't believe it was over, and it ended the best way possible.
There's been times that we've made it to state and then things don't go our way, but this year we did it, so it's good to, hopefully we can do it again soon.
It feels great to know that we'll always be a part of Mater Dei history. Our name will always be on the wall, and just like we can look back and be like, I won state my senior year.
Major League Baseball announced its MVPs tonight. No real surprise that no Cardinal received votes. The winners were both unanimous for the first time ever. Brave star Ronald Acuna Jr. and his 41 homers and 73 stolen bases took the honor in the National League, with current free agent two-way sensation Shohei Ohtani taking home his second MVP in the American League. A couple of Ohtani's teammates from Japan's World Baseball Classic hit the links today. Oh, that's just Cardinals outfielder Lars Nootbaar golfing with this offseason's top-prize pitching target, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I'm just saying we have some beautiful golf courses in St. Louis, and the Cardinals need pitching. Work that recruiting magic, Lars. I can hope, Mike, and I can hope.
It's going to take money. That's what it's going to take.
That's true. It's not my money, so go ahead and give it away.
Right.
Corey, thanks.
An early holiday present for all. The items you could be paying less for over the coming weeks. We all know you can buy almost anything on Amazon, and soon that will include a new car. Hyundai will begin selling cars on the online marketplace starting next year. Amazon's Alexa will also be built into the automaker's next generation of vehicles.
After more than a year of inflation, it appears those high prices at the store could soon be coming down. During an earnings call today, Walmart CEO said prices have already fallen on general merchandise and groceries like eggs, chicken, and seafood, and he predicts deflation could be coming over the next few weeks and months for other items as well.
Your Turkey Day dinner is not complete without all the fixins, right? They're the best. Tonight, Google is sharing its top searches for Thanksgiving side dish recipes. Green bean casserole is the top search in 18 states. Now, in Missouri, the top search is for stuffing recipes. Over in Illinois, people are looking for a good recipe for coleslaw. We never have coleslaw.
No,
is that a normal thing?
I don't know that to be like a classic Thanksgiving side. We don't have that.
What's your favorite side?
I like the stuffing. I like.
Same.
Yeah.
You like it dry or like the wet stuff you stuff the bird in?
And I like gravy on it. And
Yeah,
that's what I like. Although I'm not allowed in the kitchen until it's cleanup.
I know, and you're such a good cook.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Start your day with this great team today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. and have a great Friday tomorrow.